Emerson. Today is Tuesday, September 24th, and today, Bostonians are hitting the polls for the mayoral primary.
And later on our show, Brittany Gervais wraps up our Emmys coverage with a recap of TV's biggest night.
I'm Maggie Morlath.
And I'm Anthony Chase. Welcome to Good Morning Emerson.
Today, I'm really excited. We've introduced Sharon Johnson, who will be cooking with us. We're gonna have pies for breakfast.
But before that, we have the Mr. Emerson himself, John King. He's going to come in and talk to us. I'm really looking forward to that.
You're right, but we actually have another king in studio today, our sports correspondent, Mike Cantalupo. He's going to be talking with us about the NFL risers and fallers.
Maggie, this is an awesome first episode because we have so many fresh faces on camera and behind the camera, but I mean, on the couch too. This is our first show that we're hosting of the regular season. I'm really looking forward to it.
You're right, but we are no strangers to this show. So, Anthony, what other positions have you taken on?
I've done a few. We've done sports my freshman year. I did news after that. Then I did more sports, and then they threw me in the hot seat to see how I can do as host. So, Maggie, I think you've been here before too. What have you done? I
have. Last year, I was our do-it-yourself correspondent doing different demos. And last semester, I actually did weather. It was a lot of fun, but I'm happy to be inside the studio where it's nice and warm.
Yeah, it's really exciting to get a feel for different positions, especially for our crew, because I've said it before, everybody brings their own personality to this crew, and every semester it comes out a little bit differently. But we are excited to welcome one of those fresh faces right now, Muna Musin, with the latest in your news.
Hello, I'm Muna Musin, and I'm here to bring you today's news. A pregnant Harvard graduate, Alif Yavuz, and her partner Ross Langdon were among the dozens killed yesterday on September 23rd during an attack at the Westgate shopping mall in Nairobi, Kenya. 33-year-old Yavuz had landed a job with the Clinton Foundation after graduation and was only weeks away from giving birth. The couple had planned to welcome their first child into the world at a hospital in Nairobi, which they considered to be a safe part of East Africa. However, they did end up being caught in a fatal attack in which 62 people have now been confirmed dead. An update regarding the Whitey Bulger case was released yesterday. Lawyers convinced a judge to deny the government's request for a $25.5 million forfeiture judgment against the gangster, explaining that it would allow the government to secretly take assets without compensating the families. Prosecutors say the plan to distribute the money among all of the families of Bulger's alleged victims, although the lawyers representing Deborah Davis's estate said that the forfeiture order is inadequate. The live-in girlfriend of Ibran Todashev, a friend of the accused Boston bomber Tamerlan Tsarnaev, recalled the days leading up to her boyfriend's death in a detailed interview with Boston Magazine. Tatiana Gruzdeva claims that she was grilled by FBI agents, turned over to immigration officials, and held in solitary confinement, where she then learned that Todashev was dead. Law enforcement officials have released conflicting reports to the media regarding Todashev's shooting. Prosecutors also said that they will push forward with an October 31st deadline to decide whether Johar Tsarnaev should face the death penalty. The BlackBerry has agreed to sell out to a group led by the largest shareholder, Fairfax, for $4.7 billion. BlackBerry announced yesterday on Monday that a letter of intent has been signed and the shareholders will receive $9 in cash per share. The head of Fairfax, Prem Watsa, stepped down last month when BlackBerry declared it was considering a sale. Billionaire Watsa is one of Canada's best-known investors. BlackBerry shares plummeted after the company suffered a loss of nearly $1 billion and laid off 4,500 workers. BlackBerry was first introduced in 1999 and was once the dominant smartphone for business consumers and other on-the-go consumers prior to Apple's iPhone debut in 2007. That's all the news I have for you today. Now, back to you guys on the couch.
Thank you so much, Muna. So good to see you here on the show. But revisiting that first story, can you tell us a little bit more background information about that young couple who tragically died in the Kenya attack the other day?
Absolutely. Yavuz and Langdon were actually a pair of rising stars among humanitarian workers and researchers in the region. Yavuz had just completed her PhD at Harvard School of Public Health, and she was focusing on fighting disease. The Clinton Foundation actually gave a statement to offer their condolences to Yavuz's family. Langdon, on the other hand, was a highly acclaimed architect who worked on installing community-oriented projects in lots of places all over the world. In Uganda specifically, he actually designed and supervised an eco-village employing a lot of local labor. labor. So it's safe to say that they devoted their lives helping tons of people, and they will be greatly missed.
Thank you for that report, Muna. Maggie, do you feel that chill in the air?
I do. The fall weather is certainly starting to settle in.
Yes, and lucky for us, we have Christian Mudrick making his Emerson Channel debut as our weather correspondent.
Good morning, Emerson, and happy autumn. Now let's take a look at your local weather. Although Sunday was the first official day of fall, we haven't seen much of a dramatic change in the temperature, and honestly, who's upset about that? Today you should be seeing the same beautiful sunny skies that we have been for the past week, and you can expect highs of about 70 degrees. Tonight it's going to drop down to just under 50 degrees, but the skies will still be clear with a whopping 0% chance of rain. A perfect night for a trip to the North End for some delicious pastries. Tomorrow shows similar sunny skies with highs of 70 degrees as well, but there will be a bit of a breeze in the air, so maybe take your sweater with you just in case. Now let's take a look at this week's 5-day. Today will be bright and sunny with highs reaching 68 degrees. We will see similar temperatures on Wednesday and Thursday, both reaching highs of 68 degrees, but it'll be breezy and partly cloudy. As we move to the end of the week, you'll be seeing a climb back up to last week's weather with sunny skies and highs of 69 on Friday and highs of 73 by Saturday. We all have a beautiful week and weekend to look forward to, so definitely enjoy this weather while it lasts, because as we approach the fall and winter months, this warmth will be gone before you know it. That's all I have for you today, and that's your weather. Back to you, Maggie and Anthony.
Thanks, Christian. Now, lots of young girls dream of being pageant queens when they're young, but not many guys can actually say they've had that honor.
You're right, Anthony, and right now we are in the presence of royalty. We are joined by the winner of Alpha Epsilon Phi's annual Mr. Emerson competition, Mr. John King.
John, welcome to the show.
What's up, guys? How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Now I have to ask, as the president of SAE 85's brother fraternity, what does this title mean to you?
I guess it means a lot to me. AE5 is our sister sorority. You know, we have a lot of love for them. This is a fundraiser and a staple in like what they do for the year. They've been doing it for a lot of years, and it was just great to participate.
So they had you doing some crazy things up there. They had you going up in form wear, even swimwear. I would have liked to have seen that, but you know, what was the most fun? What was the most fun for you?
I had a lot of fun doing it all. I really liked the talent portion because I did stand up. I refer to myself as a little bit of a silly guy, so I liked, you know, letting loose and telling some jokes. That was fun for me. I
was actually there for that talent portion, and I really enjoyed this stand-up. Hilarious.
Oh,
what did you do to prepare yourself?
See, it's a funny thing. I actually wrote my jokes down on my wrist because I am not a clever man. So I need to refer to that like only once. I was actually like, I had a good flow. I just tried to be as charismatic as possible, and, you know, I got a few laughs, so.
I think that is clever. I mean, we even use note cards, you know, in case we forget what we're doing, you know? But you did impress the judges, though, when it gets down to it. You had an all-star cast there. Christian Bergen Aragon, Najee Muhammad. What'd you do that you think really blew their socks off?
Dude, I'm not sure what I did to blow their socks off. I think I did, you know, pretty okay in all the categories. It definitely was not the beach wear, because I have not been working on my beach
I don't know
body.
about that. You look pretty good, man.
Okay, that is enough. I'll take you out for coffee later. I don't know. I feel like everyone did very, very well. Ricky Downs was phenomenal. He's got a lot of character. Nick De La Canal was the host, and he's amazing. He was Mr. Emerson last year. Honestly, I kind of wanted to vote for him. He should have won it again.
But now you are Mr. Emerson. What are you going to do with that title this year?
Dude, hopefully the power will not go to my head, but hey, no promises.
All right, John King, thank you so much for being here. If you see him around campus, be sure to say hi. He is Mr. Emerson. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson. We just wanted to take a moment this morning to fill you in on a recent event in Boston's history, the mayoral primary election.
Yeah, so excited for this one, and it's actually the first election in a long time that Mayor Tom Menino has not been running.
He's definitely going to be sorely missed. I remember he met my uncle once, and a year later, he remembered the guy's name. The guy's amazing.
He's a beloved guy. Lots of people have loved him, but it's time for a new guy. So we've got 12 candidates. 12 candidates.
That's right. That just shows the significance of local elections. If you're registered to vote in Boston, you have to get out there because your vote can really make a difference in an election with 12 guys and just one city voting.
And with 12 people running, there's definitely a diverse ballot. There are 5 black candidates, 1 Latino candidate, 6 white, and actually 1 woman who is also African American.
That's right, Charlotte Goler-Ritchie. Mayor Menino is not backing any candidate, but he did say if Goler-Ritchie were to win, it would be a huge milestone in Boston's history.
That's true, bringing a different female perspective into the city.
But let's talk about some of the things that voters should be worried about when they go to the polls. Of course, education is one of them, definitely. Not for the colleges, but for the local schools.
Definitely, the public school system here in Boston is something that Mayor Menino has been trying to work on for years. So big subject right now.
Also, whether or not we should have a casino, that's a big one. But I think for students, public safety is also a large one too, right?
For sure.
Maggie?
With the common across the street, and we're always very concerned about the homeless population here, I know a lot of people are definitely worried about public safety.
So you've seen the commercials, you've seen the ads, now you should know who to vote for. I'm considering writing in Mike Cantalupo on the ballot. It's time for some of that A+ sports coverage.
I can hear it now. Mike Cantalupo 2032. Yes, we can. Talupo. That being said, the MLB season is winding down and the Red Sox have secured their spot in the playoffs. There are still a few tickets left to the postseason, and with only 6 games remaining in the season, who will claim them? Right now, Tampa Bay and Cleveland hold the AL wild card spots, with Texas and Kansas City trying to catch up to them. But how about them Yankees? Well, they've all but given up. The team, who has lost 6 of their last 9 games, announced yesterday that they'll be shutting down star pitcher CC Sabathia, who's been ailing with a strained left hamstring. Now, we've only completed 3 weeks of the NFL regular season, but we're starting to get a picture of who's a real contender for the playoffs and who's a real contender for the first pick in next year's draft. In true NFL fashion, a couple teams have surprised us. The AFC better look out for the Kansas City Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins, who are both 3-0 and looking really fundamentally sound. Both squads have had losing records last year. Now, on the flip side, there have been also a few shocking disappointments. Taking away Seattle, who is undefeated, the 2012 NFC playoff teams, aka the Giants, Redskins, Falcons, 49ers, and Packers, are combined 2-13, and that ain't a good record. Looking at things closer to home, the undefeated Patriots took on the winless Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We start off here in the first quarter. It's 3-0 Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay actually had a lead in this game. Can you believe it? That's all they're going to have. Tom Brady, a 10-yard pass to Kendrell Hopkins. That makes it 7-3, 14-3 right before half. Josh Freeman's trying to get something going, but Aqib Talib says it's not going to happen today, Josh. I'm sorry about it. A curl route? Come on, man. Here comes 20-3 in the fourth quarter. Josh Freeman's still trying to do something. I wish I could call this a highlight, but really it was a low light for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tom Brady kneels it. The Patriots win this one 23-3. That's all I have for sports. Back to you guys on the couch.
Thanks, Mike. Let's go back to baseball for a minute. You mentioned the AL wildcard is still up for grabs. Who do you think is going to come out on top?
Right now it's kind of a 3-team race here. We got the Rays, we got the Indians, and we got the Rangers. The Indians have won 8 of their last 10 games, and I'm going to say that they're going to just slide right easily into the playoffs. But the Rays, they have their last 6 games on the road, while the Rangers, who are 1.5 games back of the Rays right now, have 7 games in a row at home. That's why I'm going to say that the Rangers and the Indians are going to come up on top.
Now, Sunday marked the last game Mariano Rivera will ever play in Yankee Stadium. As a Yankees fan myself, I am so sad to see Mo go. What legacy has he left on the Yankees and baseball as a whole?
I think as baseball fans as a whole, we're all kind of sad to see Mariano go. He's going to leave the legacy of being one of the greatest Yankees of all time, one of the greatest pitchers of all time. His cut fastball is going to end up being one of the greatest pitches of all time. Major League Baseball will sorely miss Mariano Rivera.
Thank you so much, Mike. It's always great to have you in studio. But now, the Emmy Awards had its share of shock and awe on Sunday, and our brand new correspondent, Brittany Gervais, is here to recap the event.
been so excited to talk to you guys about the Emmys Awards Sunday night because, well, it was a little strange. I think host Neil Patrick Harris said it best when he said, no one in America is winning their Emmys office pool tonight. And that's because the 65th annual Emmys Awards was full of unexpected winners. With all the frenzy surrounding shows like Breaking Bad and House of Cards, the award for lead actor in a drama goes to the newsroom's Jeff Daniels. Even he was surprised to hear his name. Daniels said before he won the Golden Statue, his only award was from the AARP. Other surprise winners included Boardwalk Empire's Bobby Cannavale for Best Supporting Actor in a Drama, beating out Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad and Jim Carter from Downton Abbey. He won for his role as a gangster on the popular show set in the Prohibition era. Merritt Weaver from Nurse Jackie also managed to beat out two Modern Family stars for her Best Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series role. She might have had the shortest but best acceptance speech ever.
Thank you so much. I gotta go. Bye.
I mean, how eloquently written was that 11-word speech? But as always, there were a couple exceptions to Sunday night's show, and yes, that means Modern Family has won again. A year has gone by, and it seems like nothing can topple this show. This is Modern Family's fourth consecutive win for the Outstanding Comedy Series Award. The comedy show also added another Emmy to their collection when Gail Mansuko won for Best Directing. Breaking Bad was also a huge success at the Emmys, winning the Outstanding Drama Award for its last season. The cast and crew showed up to the Emmys all smiles as the series wraps up this year. The Emmys also did carry out a somber attitude as the stars celebrated the lives lost this year in the acting world. Glee star Corey Monteith and The Sopranos' James Gandolfini were among the actors and actresses remembered Sunday night. Monteith's co-star Jane Lynch described Corey as a beautiful soul, saying his death was a tragic reminder of the senseless destruction brought on by drug addiction. Gandolfini's fictional wife on The Sopranos also gave a heartfelt tribute to the actor. She said she was proud to know James the man and not just the character James played on screen. I also just wanted to let you guys know that 3 of our very own Emersonians won Emmy Awards last night. 2 of them were writers for The Colbert Report, and the third one was a music editor for American Horror Story. I mean, how cool are we? That's all the Emmy news I have for you this morning. Back to you guys on the couch.
Thanks, Brittany. I really enjoyed myself watching the Emmys the other night, but what were your favorite moments?
I have to say, guys, 2 things stood out to me and had me rolling on the floor. The part where Will Ferrell comes out with his 3 kids looking like he just rolled out of bed, and when he was saying he couldn't find childcare, priceless. But my ultimate favorite moment goes out to Kevin Spacey for swatting the camera away with his ticket when it got too close to him. Kevin Spacey, you're my hero.
Brittany, I have to say Will Ferrell too. He was awesome. But let's talk about NPH for a minute. Neil Patrick Harris, we've seen him there before, but was this really his best effort?
You know, I thought Neil Patrick Harris did a good job, and I don't know why critics are hating on him so much. Harris is super classy and definitely a talented guy, and while some of his musical numbers reminded me of when he hosted the Tonys, I thought he made the best of a kind of awkward night.
Well, thank you very much for that report, Brittany. We're going to take a quick break, but don't go anywhere because when we come back, Sharon will be teaching us how to make our very own Boston cream pies, and who doesn't love some pie?
Welcome back. We're about to fire up your taste buds because our cooking expert Sharon Johnson went to Boston's Omni Parker House, home of the Boston cream pie. Sharon?
Thanks, Anthony. This season, I'll be taking you on a tour of America, starting right at home in Boston. This weekend, I got to visit Omni Parker House and Parker's Restaurant. Check it out. Hey guys, I'm in the beautiful lobby of Omni Parker House, located on the corner of Tremont and School Street, a quick walk away from campus. In a second, I'm going to be going into Parker's Restaurant, home of the Boston cream pie, to interview Executive Chef Jerry Tice. Let's go inside to take a closer look. What's the history behind Parker's Restaurant?
Ooh, there's a lot of history behind Parker's. Parker's Restaurant, there's several chefs have come through here, very famous chefs. Emerald Lagasse worked here. Lydia Shire worked here. Jasper White worked here. JFK proposed to Jackie here at table 40 in the restaurant. Malcolm X was a busboy here at the Parker House. Ho Chi Minh worked in our bake shop. So there's been quite a few dignitaries and some very good culinary professionals that come through this building.
So how long has the hotel been around?
1855 was when it originated.
So the Boston cream pie is served all over the city, but what makes your Boston cream pie different from the others?
Well, it originated here.
Yeah.
Here. And it actually, it's called a pie because it was originally baked in pie tins, but it really is a cake. Ours is a little modern day. If you see a normal Boston cream pie in a commercial setting, it's more of the chocolate ganache poured over the actual, where ours is with a little bit of white fondant. We make a spider web and then dress it with a little bit of toasted almond.
So do you think I can get a taste of the Boston cream pie?
Absolutely, Sharon.
Thank you. This is delicious.
I'm glad you enjoyed it.
It's perfect.
Sharon's in the studio now with us to show us how we can do a college-friendly version of that awesome treat. Sharon, thanks for coming in.
I'm so excited to be here with you guys this morning.
Thank you for joining us.
So are you guys ready to make these cupcakes?
Absolutely. I was
Totally.
ready yesterday, so let's go.
All right, so last night I made 4 simple cupcakes. You could make a simple vanilla cake package to make these cupcakes. So what we have here is an apple core, and so all you have to do is press down to put a hole through the cupcake.
I always wondered how they did that.
And then open it up, take it out. So would you like to core the rest of our cupcakes?
Yeah,
Anthony?
I'd like to try that.
Okay. So while he's doing that, so for the vanilla pudding, all you need is 1 package of vanilla pudding and 2 cups of milk.
Okay. We're making
Easy enough.
pudding
Yeah.
magic right in front of your eyes.
It's
right here,
really
Anthony.
simple, very dorm friendly. So Maggie, would you like to mix the pudding?
Of course. I smell it already.
All right, so the pudding takes about 2 minutes to mix and then 5 minutes to set. After you finish mixing it, you need to set it in the refrigerator.
I'm assuming you're gonna get something like this.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is going to be the finished product. It's a little bit, it's thicker and it's set in the refrigerator for a little while.
Okay.
So after we're done mixing the pudding, what we're gonna do is we're going to take our spoon and we're going to put the pudding in the hole of the cupcake.
Okay.
Thank you.
Sure.
So we're gonna put it in the hole.
I like extra filling.
Yeah.
Double stuff would be great.
Just put it in there.
Keep it coming.
I know our crew will too after the show.
All right, second cupcake.
Here we go.
Keep coring them.
So how long do you think this whole process would take from beginning to finish
Well, this
when
is
you're making
probably
these?
gonna take about an hour because it's very simple. You don't need that many ingredients, so it's gonna be very fast. And like I said before, it's something easy that you can make in your dorm with your friends on a weekend. You know, if you have a sweet tooth, you know, you can make
Grab
it.
a friend, you guys can get it done so
Exactly.
quickly.
It's a great activity. So what comes after the pudding?
So to top it off, we have this lovely ganache, which is just
All
a
right.
fancy name for melted chocolate.
For
which
beautiful chocolate that I
Beautiful
love.
chocolate, exactly. And I made this in my dorm last night.
Okay.
So all you need to do is make this is 1 cup of heavy cream and 1/2 cup of chocolate chips. And you need to boil it and stir it together. So would you like to dip it into the
Sure,
ganache?
yeah. I'm just
It's gonna
going
get a
like
little
this.
messy. Yep. So
Okay.
dip it in.
There we go.
Gonna get a little messy, but it's worth it.
Did you add some on top
Yeah,
for me there?
no
to
problem.
Finish off the product. Here we go.
There we go. Yep.
That's looking
good.
like some
All
Boston
right,
about
cream
yours?
let's
pie
try
right
this
there.
one. Tap it
Yes,
up.
there we go.
Can't be afraid to get your hands dirty for this.
It's all right. It's worth it at the end when you taste it. Want to do another cupcake?
Sure, here we go.
Sure. I always love chocolate for breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Skipping breakfast, going right to dessert.
So how close is this recipe to the one you actually found at the Omni Parker house? Are we sort of modifying things for a dorm?
This is a
basically?
little bit, a lot simpler.
A little bit, a lot simpler. All right.
It's a lot simpler than the Omni Parker house recipe, but it's more difficult than just grabbing a donut and taking it on the way to class.
All right, so how do we finish these things off, make them look pretty?
So to finish it off, we made Boston themed decorations.
I love it.
So, if you guys
This one
want to
looks
take
good.
one. Oh,
I like the
Thank
Red
you.
Sox one. That's
it's okay.
gonna be
Oh,
my
you
favorite.
want the Red
Boston
Sox?
strong.
I like the Red
I'll
Sox one.
trade.
Okay. See, this is really cool because then if you have an event on campus or something,
Exactly.
you can
You can
really
make it look
customize
pretty.
it.
Exactly.
That's awesome. So I'm just gonna stick
it
that
into
right
our
in the middle.
cupcakes. And then you could decorate it with
Hopefully
other
it
things,
stays.
powdered sugar, Cool Whip, anything you want to decorate it with. It comes out really good. So if you guys want to take a bite, taste it, you know, tell me how it tastes.
I think I would like to do that
Yeah.
because. But Sharon, thank you so much for coming in. That's all the time we're going to have right now for our show. These are looking fantastic.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us, and join us on Thursday. We'll be doing some kickboxing with our fitness expert, Kaylee Crowell. So, have a great day.